Hey gang, Nick with Red Ox Insurance Agency here. Wanted to put together a video talking about commercial truck insurance. It's been a while since I've put out a video that's just insurance specific, but I've been getting a lot of emails recently with questions about commercial trucking and stuff. So I just wanted to just talk about commercial truck insurance, coverages, deductibles, agents, how to get a quote, stuff like that. So first of all, if you are brand new and you're just applying for your authority, you're going to have to get insurance before your authority will go active. And your insurance has to be for at least a minimum of $750,000, more than likely. Sometimes if you're just, driving a cargo van, you might be able to get away with 300,000, but from my experience, 750 is usually the minimum needed to get your authority active. However, $1 million is what's needed in most cases to get loads. So the FMCSA only requires 750, but most of the brokers and shippers out there are going to require that you have $1 million in auto liability. So that's the coverage you need to get your authority active. And then you're also going to need cargo coverage. Usually most people get away with having $100,000 in cargo coverage. If you're hauling autos, you might need up to 250. It just depends, but normally $100,000 in cargo insurance is going to get you covered. So let's just talk about some other coverages. So that's the main coverage: $1 million auto liability, $100,000 cargo. Those are the two main things most everybody has. And then depending on your state, there's other coverages like MedPay or PIP, things like that. While those aren't high item coverages, they are coverages that you need to compare when you're looking at quotes, comparing quotes. When you reach out to these agents and get quotes, you might see one agent give you one premium number, another agent might give you a different premium number, and then a third, another premium number, and you're like, why is everything so different? And it could be the same insurance company. And this is because there's so many different coverages, there's so many different business classes, there's so many different ways that you can get a different rate. So you have to do your due diligence and make sure you're comparing an apples to apples quote. Another coverage that's important is called uninsured motorist and underinsured motorist coverage. And basically what that means is if you are involved in an accident, and let's say you're not at fault, the other person's at fault, but the other person doesn't have insurance, or they don't have enough coverage. Maybe they're rolling with state minimum limits, and your truck's worth a heck of a lot more than state minimum limits, or maybe you're injured and it's significant, and that minimum coverage isn't going to make you whole when it comes to compensation for what you're going through. So in those scenarios, when the other party does not have enough insurance or doesn't have insurance period, the underinsured or uninsured motorist coverage kicks in. Normally, you want that to match what your auto liability is. So if you have $1 million in auto liability, you're going to want $1 million in UIM coverage. Where agents try to get the premium, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, any other agents under the bus. Everybody can do what they feel is best. But when an agent's in a competitive situation, everybody's trying to earn your business, that's one way to lower the premium, is to take that $1 million coverage that you need and change it to maybe $300,000 combined single limits, or 100, 300, and it's going to lower your premium a little bit. And so, but I really think you need $1 million, or you need to match whatever your auto liability is, because given the environment we live in today with inflation and such, everybody's trying to save where they can. So there you might be, there's a lot of people out there that are driving without insurance or not enough insurance. So you just got to protect yourself. And I highly recommend matching that UIM cover. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. I just wanted to bring that up. So basically what happens is, once you start your policy, the insurance company will notify the FMCSA that you have at least the minimum insurance. And then usually takes them 2 to 3 business days to process that information, and then your authority goes active. So that's basically commercial truck insurance in a nutshell. A couple other things that you just need to watch out for when you're getting quotes is how you're being rated at what business class. Usually if you're hauling freight for hire, you're going to be a for-hire trucker. But if you're hauling reefer goods, you need to make sure your quote has you rated as hauling reefer goods, because that's a higher rated commodity than just general freight. An insurance company is going to charge you the highest rated commodity, so you want to make sure you're getting reefer goods. Don't think, well, you know what, I'm just going to go with general liability because it's cheaper. The insurance company's smart. They're going to realize that you're hauling reefer goods, and they're going to uprate you after your policy starts. Guaranteed, it will happen. They're not dumb when they see that you have a reefer trailer on there, but you're being rated as general freight, and they looking safer and see that you're authorized to haul vegetables and fruit and meat, then they're going to change your rate, the rating class, which is going to change your rate, and they're going to send you a letter in the mail. So you don't want to mess with any of that stuff. You want to get it right to begin with. So when you get that quote, it's a good, solid quote, so you know exactly what you're going to be paying for insurance, and there won't be any surprises. And then if you've been in business for a while, you're going to, if you're going to be shopping, your agent should be shopping for you every year to look for the best rate, as long as, not always. If you're happy with the current insurance company and you have a good rate, a fair rate, then there might not be a good reason to shop. But most agents are going to shop you because they don't want to lose you to another agent that might present a quote that's lower than what your current policy is. So if that's you've been in business for a while, you're just going to make sure you have some things together to give to your current agent to make sure he or she can get the best rate for you. That's, collecting your IFTAs, collecting any prior loss runs, just making sure you give them an updated driver list, an updated unit list, things like that. And then your agent should go to the marketplace for you, present some different options for you if they find that it's cheaper than what you currently have without sacrificing coverages. So just wanted to share that, a little bit of information about commercial truck insurance. My advice is to start shopping for insurance early, especially if you haven't applied for your authority yet. If you've applied for your authority and you haven't started shopping, you need to do so ASAP. But if you're thinking about starting a trucking company, I always think it's a good practice to reach out to a couple different agents, ask for quotes, see what the insurance is most likely going to be. You'll get a good figure, and then if you can afford that, go forward with applying for your authority. But there really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to apply for your authority, then start shopping for insurance, only to find out that you can't afford the insurance, because insurance for a new venture trucker is pretty expensive. I've seen some guys that are perfect situations where it's very reasonably priced, but more times than not, we're talking, we're anywhere from the $15,000 to $25,000 range per year for insurance. And when you're a new venture trucker, your insurance markets are limited. There's only a handful of insurance companies that write insurance for new venture truckers. And then once you've had your authority for a couple, 2-3 years, then it opens you up to other insurance companies that may be better for you, better suited for you, and competitive priced. But always try to find that insurance price before you go through the whole rigmarole of applying for your authority, and that's $300 right there. If you pay somebody, you might be paying $500 and doing all this kind of stuff only to find out you can't afford it. So that's just a tip right there. I don't care what state you're in. If you want to get an insurance quote from me, reach out. You can go to redoxinsurance.com, fill out the quote request form. And if I am not licensed in that state, I will refer you to a good trucking agent that is, and that will take good care of you, that I trust. But if you are licensed in a state that I am, if you are located in a state that I'm licensed in, then you'll get a you'll get a quote from Red Ox Insurance Agency, and we'll do our best to get you the best rate that we can. If you choose Red Ox, you're going to get 24/7 access to certificates, top-notch customer service. All we do is trucking here, so we don't mess around with any other type of insurance. So know that you're going to get expertise, a good rate, good customer service, 24/7 access to certificates, and a real business partner. We want to be your agent for life. The life of your trucking company, we want to be your agent. So we're going to do what we can do to keep you, make you happy, and help you along and guide you. So redoxinsurance.com, redoxinsurance.com. Request a trucking quote today, and we will get back in touch with you very quickly. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Give it a thumbs up. Put some comments below if you have any questions, concerns, feedback, and we will be happy to help you as best we can. Thank you.